OG Nation, we got another character preview. This time it is Roman Reigns, Ghostbusters as well. He is a striker, also a legend like all the Ghostbusters guys. Again, because this is based on the 1984 movie, I assume. Trainer ability at 26,000. Yellow move starting MP reduced by 10 for your opponent. Links with the other Ghostbusters, which is red move starts with 10 or more move points. And the Legend Era, which is 10% more damage from gems. And no gear. Now the first move set we're going to have a look at is going to be the How We Do Things Downtown. 10 MP black move finisher deals 154k damage. Choose 8 gems to destroy and pin the opponent. The Guillotine, 7 MP black move, submission generate 24 random submission gems and do 134.4k damage for 4 turns while submission gems are on the gem board. Remaining sub gems turn into immobile gems. And the Sumerian drop, 6 MP red move deals 72.4k damage and choose a 3x2 area to swap into black gems. Now looking at this, you might say, well, that looks kind of underwhelming because like there's no big damage anywhere. Well, you might be right, but we can boost it a bit. So we're gonna do that with pretty much submission boosts because this is a pretty good base damage. Like the base damage for the submission, 134k. With trainers right now and coaches, we're bringing that to 228.6k for 8 turns. That's a little bit over like 1.8 million for the submission right there. And that doesn't account for any, like for example, if there's right now in feud, I think it's 50%, but it used to be 200%, but it's like 50 right now, which is still a good increase. So trainers, we're gonna use Butch or Sting, which adds 4 red MP. We're gonna use Zombie KO, which makes it so black submission move lasts 3 more turns. Also increase our black gem damage by 20%. Not a big deal, but we'll take it. We're gonna be using Rocky Johnson so that black submission move do 50% more damage and lasts 1 more turn. And also we're putting Shelton so that the sub do another 20% extra damage. So you got a couple options here. You could have increased your black gem damage and you could have gone and increased the finisher damage. It is 154k, so you could have used like, what is it? I think it's Zombieska, which has 150%. So I mean, you would have had a finisher that hits for a little more. Plus, if you add a 200 or a 133% metal goes on top of that, you're probably gonna have a finisher, I don't know, somewhere in around 600k or something. So you could go with that too. I kind of went with the submission because we can cycle it. It's gonna do a pretty decent amount of damage and it's gonna prevent him from doing anything really. So let's go with that. I kept the Fury 2 medals, which really for this are not needed whatsoever. Like you could probably go with armor instead, or even with takedown, because the Fury will, like, nothing's going to be about damage for this build. So I'm just leaving them there because I'm running out of metal bits, so I don't want to keep spending moving them around. As far as the plate though, again, there's not really a plate that benefit this. I went with the Mankind plate basically to add a little bit more power, and because a lot of people got it recently. So the Face of Foley is whenever you break 6 or more black, which we will, make 5 random gems into power gems of strength 50k. That's a pretty good buff. Again, you don't really need that, but there's not a lot of option really for this moveset. Like another option, you could go with something like that, the Viper Strike, which is whenever you break 3 or more black, make 7 yellow gem into red at the end of your turn. Not a huge fan of it, but it's an option. Other options, you have, like you could use this whenever you break the Sigil, whenever you break 3 or more black gem, make 6 random gems into X break. But again, not really going to be using those much. You could go with an Escape Artist. You could go with, well, hell, you could go with 2-word Foria, but not a huge fan of that one either. You could go with the Cheap Shot, which is the one I tend to use when I don't know what to use. You could use, where's the jacket? You could use a jacket here, which is when you use a sub, increase your yellow and black gem damage by 100% for 2 turns. But I mean, first it's only yellow and black. Would have been better if it was red and black. So it's really only effect or black. And I mean, we're going to be breaking 6 black. Is it really going to be a big deal to do 100% more damage for 6 gem? Probably not. So yeah, I went with the faces of Foley, but yeah, the plate is not going to be a factor much in this moveset. So, all right, enough talking. Let's see some ass whooping. All right, so we're using the same entrance as Cena, which I mean makes sense since it's all Ghostbusters. It kind of looks cool though. All right, so first we want to get those black in, but we don't want to generate any kind of cascade. So I'm going to try to go here. I also don't want to destroy any of the reds because I'm going to need them later on, hoping that they are going to stay there after the sub. All right, so we didn't get any cascade. That's perfect. Now we're going to push the sub. Now it is 8 turns, so it's going to get rid of a lot of stuff on the board, including probably a lot of my power gems. But again, they're just there because I needed to put a plate. Like, they're not a huge deal as far as the moveset go. So this is going to do about 1.8 mil, which will bring him probably around half health. Yeah, he's at 2 million now. Now, we're going to be using the finisher, which we need to replenish or red. Sorry. Now we're lucky this time we have a lot of red. And also, for example, like, you don't really have to think about the fact that, oh, well, I gotta leave some red for the next time. Well, I mean, the next time there's gonna be an 8-turn sub in between now and next time. So the board is gonna be completely different next time. So I'm breaking those 3 because like they're all going to be cascading with that, and that's going to be more than enough to fill my red. Now after that, the black is my strongest color. So I'm going to go for black unless I can set up a cascade of some kind, which I'm not seeing, so we'll go with black. That was a lot of red. That did 700, and I don't even have a black move medal right now. If I had a black move... Oh, shit. Okay, I did not expect that he wouldn't kick out, though. I kind of expected that he would kick out, but he did not kick out, so... Well, then again, it was a 700k hit when he only had 200k health left, so... I'm going to try it again, because I'm not convinced it would work that well every time, so... I'd rather try it again than people thinking I just threw in that match because everything went perfectly, and it's never going to be like that in real life. So anytime it goes too well, I try to do another match because like, I also want to know, did it really go too well? Alright, so this time I'm going to get rid of the reds here because like there's no place. I don't want to break more than the 6, and well, actually I could put it here. You're still going to drop low. Alright, I think we're going to be fine if I put it here. Yeah, we're fine. Alright. Let's put those 24 sub gems. Should bring him again around 2 mil. 2.1 probably. I mean, the first time we did get a lot of red to connect on that destroy move, so that is not going to be like that every time for sure. Alright, so this definitely looks more like a average board, so to say. Now I need technically 4 reds, because I got 1 right now. I need 6 to reload my move. And I'm going to get 1. It's a finisher, so it's going to end my turn regardless. So I need 4. I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm obviously not picking the ones that have the power gem on. And after that, I can go just for black for the remaining 4. Again, I don't really have any way to set a cascade that I see. Let's pick 4. Let's see how much that hits for now. Alright, we did get a small cascade regardless. 546, that's a more likely number. And apparently still enough. Alright, I admit this is working a bit better than I thought it would. Well, I guess it's a good thing, but yeah. I mean, even if he did kick out of that, we had our red move ready next turn that we would have used. Wouldn't, unless we get a cascade and or turn. Could have had the submission again on the next turn. So this works really well. I mean, it works better than I thought it would, to be fair. Alright, let's look at something else. Alright, a variation of that moveset. We are going to switch the finisher we were using by the Checkmate Skeptics. 7 MP red move, deal 83.4k damage, and make 18 immobile gems into red gems. I think we're going to get some pretty similar result. I mean, basically it's, obviously the sub is leaving the immobile gems, then we're going to convert them into reds. It does alleviate the fact that with the finisher, you could get screwed if there's not any reds on the board. Then again, you might have enough black and just cycle your black instead of your red with the first moveset. And we'll see. I mean, this will generate more red for sure. We're going to use the exact same trainers because, again, the submission is where I'm putting all my effort because it's a much more reliable source of damage. It is also very long. As such, we may not have that many of those 24 remaining to be converted into red. We'll see about that. One thing I am changing though is I'm putting the Omas or the Chain of the Colossus plate instead, which is whenever you break 4 or more red gems, make 4 random gems into red gems at the end of the turn. Because we can't really pick where those immobile gems from the submissions are going to land, and they're probably going to be pretty spread, which means that when we turn them into red, we may not have that many of them that are going to connect. We're pretty likely that there's going to be at least one set, and if we break 4, well, then we're going to make some more reds, which might fill some of those gaps between matches and get us more matches. So we'll see. We'll see how that turns out. It looks good on paper. We'll see how it does in practice. All right. So again, we start this off with our black area. Oof. Almost got screwed by a green dropping there. Alright, submission now. Sorry. Let's see how many we keep. I mean, it is 8 turns, so we know we're gonna lose a lot. Alright, kept a decent amount. That's good. And there's a bunch connected to red or connected to each other. So we should get quite a few to match, plus whatever is going to be the extra 4 coming in. It's enough to fill 2 more matches from the Colossus plate. That's great. Only a 400k pin, though. Which I guess turned again as enough. Alright, well that was enough. I think I still like the previous one better. But I mean, even though this is working well, something's missing for me. At least for me. It might be not my play style, but I'm feeling something was missing. So alright, let's look at something else. Alright, next move set I am showing you just for shits and giggles. It is a super restrictive set. It is going to be the triple black. It is the How We Do Things Downtown 10 MP black move. Finisher deals 154.3k 154.3k damage. Choose 8 gems to destroy and pin the opponent. The Guillotine, 7 MP black move submission, generate 24 random submission gems and do 134.8k damage for 8 turns while submission gems are on the gem board. Remaining sub gems turn into a mobile gem. And the Paranormal Punch, 8 MP black move, deal 93.9k damage and make 9 random immobile gem into multiplied gems of strength 7. Now trainers, we're going to be using wood so that our black starts with 4 more. We're going to be using, not Carlinderson, Gallows so that our black move that destroy gem will destroy 4 more gems for the finisher right there. We're going to be using Memrock so that our multiply are +1 and do 5% more damage. Sorry. And you do need Santa Ogan at 17k for the extra 1 MP. The reason for that is you get 4 starting MP with woods, you get the 5th from your first turn, you get an extra 3 with the current perks, making it 8. Then you put Ogan, that gives you 9. We're going to be using the submission on turn 1. That means that on turn 2 we're going to get 10 MP, which is what our finisher costs for turn 2. So you do need Ogan to be ready on turn 2 for that. And now, if you want even more restrictions, for this to do what I want to, you pretty much need the Dominator's Drip, which pretty much everyone don't have. It is whenever you activate a black move, makes 7 random gems into multiplied gems of strength 7. I'm pretty sure it's going to be effective. I don't think it's going to be high enough numbers to be worth putting a drip plate on him. Like, the drip plate is so good, it makes so many characters really good, but I don't think he's good enough to deserve a drip. Well, that moveset is good enough to deserve a drip plate. Now, we're probably gonna, I think we're gonna run it without the drip plate after, just to get an ID, but I don't think this is gonna be much viable without the drip plate. So, all right, let's have a look. We'll see how that goes. I don't know how long this video is gonna be, but I got a feeling I'm trying way more stuff I normally do for previews. Alright, so first we're gonna put our submission. Now we got the multipliers that popped up thanks to the drip plate. It's gonna leave a bunch of immobile. Unfortunately, he did take out all but 2 of my multipliers. Well, this is gonna convert 9 randoms into multiplier 8s, and also it's gonna give me a bunch of extra thanks to the drip plate again. Perfect. Not a lot of blacks ended up with 1s though. Alright, and now we got the finisher, which is gonna be a choose 12 to destroy. We're obviously going to destroy the multipliers. We're going to pick the blacks first. Let's pick this. Well, actually, before we pick this, we're going to pick this one. That's going to get those. Yellow is my secondary color as far as damage go. After that, I believe it's purple. There's none. Alright, well, let's go, let's just pick some random ones, I guess. Alright, let's see how much that hits for. Is it going to be a good enough number? 2.2 million. It's going to be way more than enough to get the pin at 5-star gold, but it's definitely not good enough for a drip plate. Like, when you use a drip plate, you're expecting much more than 2 million. Like, all right, now I want to try that without the drip plate. Okay, so we got it removed. Let's see, let's compare what we're gonna get now. Now we don't have any plate right now. don't think it's going to be that great without it. It's probably going to be good enough to like cycle it and get the win and everything though. But it's probably going to be slower. All right, so we're going to put our sub. And we don't have a lot of, like, we only have 4 blacks on this board, so we'll... They all have a submission gem on it though, so they're going to get converted into multipliers. So we're probably going to be fine, all right? We are. Okay, so there's our multipliers. Unfortunately, only 2 black, but that's enough. I mean, 1 would have been enough. Okay, no yellows. So pretty much gonna pick all of them, really. And we can pick a few more. So let's pick this. This is gonna cascade. And well, I guess we're gonna pick more blacks. Oh shit. We still got 1.8 without the drip plate, so it is actually not that big of a difference. I guess it is viable after all. And it also confirms it's definitely not worth putting the drip plate on that. But it's viable without it, so I stand corrected again. Everything I try, I got a feeling that it's not going to be good enough. But I keep getting, like, pretty decent results, really. So, alright, let's try something else. Alright, last move set we're going to do about Roman, because at some point we're going to end this video. We are going to do the How We Do Things Downtown 10 MP black move. Finisher, deal 154.3k damage, choose 8 gems to destroy and pin the opponent. The Playing Possum, 4 MP yellow move. This move can only be used while pinned. Deal 105k damage and make 20 random gems into power gems of strength 41k. This is interesting because apart from kickout moves, I think that's the first move we ever have that can only be used when you're pinned. So that's interesting, and I mean it's a pretty good one too. And the total Protonic Reversal 4 MP yellow move, deal 112.7k damage, kick out of pin, and swap 10 random gems to black gems. Gems broken during kick out do not deal damage to the opponent and cannot kick out when in danger. This is really interesting because it is pretty much a whole move set that is designed for you to get your ass kicked and then do yourself the ass kicking after you're pinned. So as such, that's why I'm using the How We Do thing. Like, you could technically use the submission too there, although I don't see the point, because like, why would you want to use the submission? You basically want the opponent to pin you. If you use the submission, you're going to drain his MP, and then unless you get a cascade, he's never going to pin you, because he's not going to have any moves available to do damage that would pin you. So it's kind of counterproductive because you want him to pin you as fast as possible. So that's why I'm going with the finisher. Plus, it helps me to get my yellow back should I need it too. Now, trainers, I went all out for power gems. We got Taker here adding 53% to the power gem damage. We got Shinsuke adding another 50%. We got Riddle adding 13,000, and we got Alexa adding another 25%. You could also use Hall of Fame Nikki Bella, which is 10%, I believe. She's another option as well for coaches. So yeah, that makes 21 power gems at 106.8k each. Also, if you use Hall of Fame Nikki, she also had 1 extra. So yeah, that's a lot of like 21 times 106. What's the exact number? I know the average. 20 times 106. That's 2.2 million in power gems. Ouch. All right, so for the belt now, obviously right now you would probably want to have a Probably armor instead, or even vitality, but probably armor instead of fury 2 like I got right now. Probably want to have also either black damage or yellow damage, not multicolored, because that's kind of useless for this. And as far as the skill plate, I mean, you could go, like, you don't really need one. I guess you could go something like that. When you break red, get yellow. Reasoning behind that is if you need to reload your yellow, which I don't think you will, that would be a way to get it. You could go with, what's another one? Checking options here. What else give you yellow? There should be one that give you yellow. Oh, there it is. When you break green, switch blacks into yellow. But again, I think we're gonna play this without any plate. I don't think the plate's gonna be a factor whatsoever. Alright, so our yellow's ready. We just need him to pin us. I could go and do a 4 here, a 4 row, but that's going to bring my pin bar closer. I want the pin bar to stay as far as it can so that he can have an easy pin. So I'm just going to do a regular swap. Just going to move it 3 bars. Now hopefully he's going to get a pin with his moves. That should definitely do it. Perfect. We are pinned. So now we're going to use our move that makes a 21 power gems. There you go. And now we're going to use our kick out move that will make 12 black gems. That filled our black MP. And now we pick 8. Now keep in mind, like, I don't know how many we lost, like, I'm not going to count them, but we're probably going to do about 2 million out of just the power gems alone. Now, just in case he managed to get out, we're going to pick a couple of yellows just so we're sure that it filled or kick out moves. Then we're going to go for blacks because black is our highest colored damage, and we don't really have much that we can cascade from, so let's see how much that's going to hit for. 2.26 mil. It is over. If it wasn't, his moves were pretty much ready so that he would pin us again next turn and we would do that again, and like, bye-bye Hogan. Again, that works out pretty well. This one I kind of saw coming though. So, I mean, that's pretty much it for Roman. Like, he's kind of a chase. Like, we're earning his shards over this week and next week. I don't think you... Like, obviously, I don't know what's coming next week, but I don't think that there's going to be enough shards to earn him for free. I think the blog was saying like 1,550, and that is if you get the 600 from the leaderboard, which the leaderboard has pretty much from 2,000 to 25 if you're rank 500 both weeks, assuming the leaderboard will be similar for next week. But yeah, probably one of those characters you can get about 3/4 or 2/3 in and need to spend for the rest, which is pretty standard for Chase, which is kind of similar to weekend characters, basically. So that's it for Roman. As you saw, all the moveset we tried kind of have similar numbers with out of them. They all work pretty damn well. Personally, not really my cup of tea as far as playstyle go. Not a huge fan of those kind of playstyles, but I mean, can't deny that he's definitely effective. So thanks for watching, guys. If you're not already a sub, make sure to do so to be kept aware when I post new stuff. Have any questions, ask them. And if you like the video, leave a like and share. See you guys. Gia. Ciao.